do so. Their website is 100khomes.org, and then make sure you're tapped into them on social media as well. So the Arizona Coalition to End Homelessness. My name is Joan Serviss, and I'm the director over at the Arizona Coalition to End Homelessness. For those of you that are not familiar with the coalition, what we do is we provide leadership in statewide efforts to end homelessness through advocacy, education, and coordination with local communities and initiatives. As you may know, some of our activities include our annual statewide conference on homelessness, which is coming up October 17th and 18th at the Black Canyon Conference Center in Phoenix. Again, get your iPhones out, get your calendars out, October 17th and 18th at the Black Canyon Conference Center in Phoenix. Our work also includes coordination of focused service initiatives such as the Arizona Stand Down for homeless veterans and, of course, Project H3. We also provide education opportunities for service providers, policymakers, and advocates working on behalf of men and women and children experiencing homelessness. To fulfill our mission, we employ the following methodologies: coordinating and convening, educating and informing, and monitoring and advocating. The Arizona Coalition is humbled to be the coordinating agency for Project H3. While I was not on board back early in the morning, and I'm not a morning person, but I think I would have pushed through it because I got to hear some of the great stories that came out as a result of Survey Week back in April of 2010. While I was not on board then, I have enjoyed every planning meeting, every furniture haul, right, John? We moved to the furniture store and doing all that coordination. And every time I get to say, welcome home to San Romeo. The coalition coordinated the housing resources and navigation services from Community Bridges and Southwest Behavioral Health's PATH team. That included meeting with local public housing authorities, requesting housing choice vouchers, more than one, and working with our fellow city departments to expedite and consolidate processes to better serve our friends without homes. And as Becky shared, we kind of like being the favorites of the 100K Homes campaign. Being a vanguard community has its privileges, like being able to share our successes and our struggles with those that enroll in the campaign, and being able to hear some of their innovations and how we can replicate it in ours. We've gone out to the community and shared the stories from Project H3 in various settings, including schools, association meetings, service clubs, churches. Best practices have been highlighted in workshops at various conferences, including our own. Hey, we get to set the agenda. We can highlight ourselves. The coalition has issued collaborative white papers seeking to inform policymakers, service professionals, and advocates on strategies to end homelessness with existing mainstream resources. It is our hope that these papers, found online at azceh.org, will spur change through adoption of suggested policies and practices. And the coalition provides technical assistance to our partners that have adopted the Vulnerability Index or an assessment as a way of assessing those in need, like the Mom, iHelp, and the Tucson Initiative, 51 homes. The Arizona Coalition monitors and advocates on local, state, and federal policies and laws that affects individuals and families at risk of experiencing homelessness. As a result of Project H3, we've identified system changes that would greatly benefit the community. We have been and will continue to advocate for the navigation services and how this unique service delivery system integrates best practices from existing supportive services and natural support systems to improve outcomes using housing first and recovery principles. Let me just make a side note. These navigators are amazing. What they do, they go beyond a friend, they go beyond a family member. I think I'm busy being a working mom. No, I am not busy. These people are amazing. We will continue to advocate. We will continue to advocate for the wider adoption of a vulnerability index or assessment to rank order those most in need and at risk of mortality if not for intervention. Using this type of ranking tool reminds our community of the urgency of finding homes and receiving care and provides a clear process for prioritizing assistance. And as our first white paper detailed, we will advocate for the reprioritization of housing choice vouchers. There's an abundance of housing choice vouchers available in Arizona to serve individuals and families experiencing homelessness through a reprioritization of turnover vouchers. And as our second white paper outlined, we will advocate for the creation of a local preference for individuals and families experiencing homelessness in the Housing Choice Voucher Program. We have laid out the mechanics for public housing authorities to implement these preferences. Now, I just want to say thank you to this community. As I've been board, I can't share with you enough how ingrained and how involved this community has lifted up this project and adopted it and made it their own. And it's through you guys that we're able to do all the work that we do. So thank you. I'd also like to add a personal note of thanks to the next person I'm going to call up here, Mike. He and I work in the same office together, and so I'm always running into his office saying, "Is this right? Does this make sense?" What he has provided me is a much more deeper understanding of the housing process. So I'd like to invite Mike Shore up to the stage. He is the recent recipient of the Top 40 Under 40 one of the Project H3 Fearless leaders, and I'm surprised to see he does not have an iPhone in his hand.